which just stays ahead of the dangle of Haryana that has got both the center and the opposition in the dangle stage. Right now, the recent comments that have also been made by Prime Minister Narendra Modi against the Congress party, referring to the damad in the Congress party, has made a very controversial point. To know more about this, joining me at this point is Congress's Robert Vadra. Thank you for speaking to NewsX. Sir, what exactly is your response on these repeated comments whenever there is any assembly elections, or for that matter Lok Sabha elections? The comments that have been always been made as a highlight in the public rallies and in the address by the central ruled BJP are against the Congress party Damat. And right now you are also at the helm of facing these charges for corruption. How do you view this, and what is your response to these allegations that are very anti-Congress, of course, but within the party in the familiar realms as well?
I think shows me a sense of weakness, a sense of insecurity, all with the BJP. Prime Minister, the ministers, and the Home Minister. They are worried about losing once again in Haryana this time, and the sentiment on the ground is changing. It's changing only because they haven't delivered, and I see that out of my own experience. And the shocking part is that they still have to use my name to make sure their governments survive in the state, as well as, I'm sure, in the near future, in the center. I am not deterred or troubled or worried about the Prime Minister himself indirectly using my name, indirectly because he knows that, I've had my name cleared clearly by the BJP government in Haryana twice over. There was a clean sheet given by the Khattar government, and basically I'm sure they changed the CM because of that, but let's be serious about it, that when you deliver and you govern properly, you talk about how you governed, what all you did for the people of that state, and if you have that in your campaign list, you can mention it. But because you have not delivered, you still think of using names of or putting false accusations and maligning of my name, which has been going on since 11 years now. 11 because this is the 11th year, and I remember in 2013 when they started bringing up my name and accusations, and I think at that time maybe people did believe or thought that yes, he's a part of this government and maybe he's done something. For the last 2 terms they've had government and so on, right? But basically they did an inquiry through the income tax department. They raided my office, they broke walls, they just upturned the whole office upside down. In fact, I had 3 burglaries around that time, and people were not taking an FIR or anything because they wanted proper proof. Many things happened in this duration that obviously I had to deal with the Enforcement Directorate, be there 15 times, answer all the questions. I dealt with the CBI, I've dealt with all the agencies, even if I know it was a misuse of the agencies, and a way of intimidation, a way of creating rumors and hypothetical situations. So I feel that in this interim, in this duration also, I learned a lot. I never took it as oh my God, how terrible. Initially I did, but after that I learned from it because I knew that I was clear, and there was no wrong doings happening in any of the states or anywhere. And I'm obviously part of the Gandhi family, and also politically people are interested to know what the Gandhi family is doing and how and about me as well. So I mean people, they kept using it. I'm talking about no other than the Prime Minister and the Home Minister, and many other ministers have used my name. And whenever they have issues that come up in their governance, when states are not run very well, so they're like, what should we take out? Let's take out the same hat trick. I mean, okay, let's take out Robert Vadra's name and try to digress from the real issues of the country. So I see this happening repetitively, and people have disbelief now, and they actually feel they really say, well done how you've handled it. They look at me like that, I mean, you've handled it really well in a proper way, and I only react or I speak about this when I have the Prime Minister or the Home Minister or other ministers would take my name. So I do fight for my name. I know that there was no wrongdoing, so I should fight for it. So I do that, and basically, as many times as they take my name, as many times I'm going to repeat that there was all documents were given to the enforcement directorates. Every inquiry, there was an assessment, a reassessment, and everything. I'm clear of everything, and even I got a clean sheet from the government itself. So, I mean, by using my name and degrading the title Damad, or using, talking like Dalal and all, these things you don't expect a Prime Minister to speak. The world is watching. We have 1.4 billion in our country who depend on him and who he's a leader of, and to use such language, it's not expected from a Prime Minister.
So the entire crux of the comments have been actually very anti-Congress, but the corruption that has always made it to the limelight. How do you respond to the comments which are just focused on corruption? Because whenever there is a allegation charge for corruption, only Robert Vadra becomes the spotlight.
Well, as I would say that we went to the courts. We have given every document from day one of the first rupee I earned, and I think whatever I've been cleared of, every accusation, every issue that came about is clear. In the 11 years, I mean, of their governance, they created real issues on me with the people I worked with. I felt also that I could have created a lot of employment in Haryana and Rajasthan and so on by the plans to work, and with the large companies that I was working with. They intimidated those companies. They created issues for them. So they severed ties with my companies and so on. That's fine. But I mean, the unemployment issue of these states that could have been assisted by my companies also, and by me being part of large companies working there, we would overcome a lot of unemployment issues. But they can keep using the corruption issue. I've cleared everything. I'm here to answer every question. I've been to the ED 15 times. I've answered every little question from the day I earned my first rupee. So they can keep on speaking about it, but basically their objective is to malign, to make sure the people of India think otherwise. But it's been a long time, and the people are aware and alert, and they understand. They see me answering back. They see me, I'm willing to talk, I'm willing to answer every question. They see me doing a lot of good for the people on the ground. I mean, and if there's a demand for me to be in politics, I said I'll wait my time, I'll earn it, I'll learn it, and then when I think is the right time, I could be there. And also with my own, with society, when I'm working, when people are in trouble and so on. So people do understand that, I'm not here to, all these false accusations are just ways of trying to malign or basically distract the people from the real issues that the government had promised and not delivered. And so they try and keep that as a facade in front to use my name and so on. So I don't feel deterred by it. I don't feel this thing, but I just feel that the Prime Minister can speak on many other issues rather than Robert Vadra.
Apart from this, apart from the top leadership in the BJP, there is also few center ministers in the recent times. Smriti Irani, who's not a minister now, but used to be, even when she was campaigning, has repeatedly raked up your name, and this was also done while she was campaigning in Lok Sabha. How do you respond to these personal attacks that at times are only targeted at you, and at times you refrain to comment on it? But now that you are, how would you respond to give give your statement in these retaliations?
See, I don't retaliate to everybody who speaks about them. They have their opinions and so on. They don't know me. And I would say that Smriti ji is a lady. I respect ladies. That's what I was taught by my mother and everybody around. And, you know, I do feel that, yes, she does rake up my name. But I want to clear one thing, that, you know, being part of a family that's given everything to this country and lost their loved ones, you know, when people from around the world come to visit India, even if we are in power or out of power, they come and meet us. And I'm fortunate that I can meet leaders of the world, you know, when they visit. And in domestically, when I meet all the sports stars and also businessmen, you know, people take pictures to have a memory. So, I mean, you know, it's not that everybody I meet that I transact any kind of work with, or just would have a friendly relationship or a respectful relationship. But if you have one photograph that you're going to keep on flogging and keep on showing, if it's in parliament or in your press conferences, I mean, I'm sure if you feel that there was some wrong interaction, you would have the proof. And when you accuse somebody, it has to follow up with proof or some kind of clarity. But you bring up the same thing again and again and again. If you have something, you have government in the center, you have governments in states, and prove it. I've even so much so challenged the person to say, if you're going to take my name, prove it, otherwise stop. You know, I mean, because people are not buying it anymore. People are not, you know, following this anymore. And I would say, see, to find out negative stuff about anybody is not difficult. But I don't want to bring up negative stuff about Smriti ji and her family and, you know, her daughter's restaurants or her personal life, or, you know, because, and also I know maybe she's miffed because she's lost really badly in Amethi, because her objective was initially only to you know, make sure Rahul Gandhi lost. It's not that I want to be a minister of a certain constituency that I can represent and develop and do something good for those people. It's only to make sure that she can also try and come to the level of Rahul Gandhi, so on. I think she's one of the, you know, ministers or former ministers of the BJP. She got a chance to work for the people, which I saw that when there was a protest by the women wrestlers, she didn't make an effort to go and meet the women wrestlers and speak and understand what their issues were. And she was the minister of that field, so she could have gone, yeah, women and child, and she could have gone and seen, you know, to them and heard them out and so on. I don't see her going to Manipur when women are, atrocities happen in Manipur, and she goes there and talks for them. I see her talking about Robert Vadra, the Reform One photograph with some person who I must have met. Yes, please go out and see what did I do with that person, or who did what is it about. So I mean, you know, if I meet 10 people, it doesn't mean that I have some association, and they've already rated me, they've looked at all my documents. Please prove that what do I have with Mr. Adani or Ambani or whoever else that they can keep proving for. So my retaliation, you know, and I'm saying that maybe she's upset that she lost to Kishori Lal Sharma. She didn't lose to Rahul Gandhi or anybody from the family or any other minister from the Congress government, and she lost, you know, and you know, I think she should introspect, and she should understand how she can be famous for what she does, for all the hard work she does, rather than ride somebody's back and say Robert Vadra and, you know, Rahul Gandhi and so on. You know, we are evolving as a society, and people are educated and they understand what's happening. And she doesn't look very good by keep on taking people's names and without any, you know, actually just accusing people falsely.
Also for Haryana specifically, the Congress is going all out while campaigning, and Rahul Gandhi is in fact in Haryana presently. How do you see the change of mood within the people when there is such large campaign and outreach happening from the Congress in Haryana from door to door?
I think we're going to win with a very large margin. The Congress will win with a very large margin. And I say this out of experience that I meet so many people in Haryana because I always have spiritual tours everywhere around the country. And, obviously when I'm there, and I go to a lot of charitable organizations where, they invite me to, so that they can get a lot of people. I can influence a lot of people to come there and help out even after me. And I help out whatever way I can. I'm invited for dangals because I'm always into fitness. So people align with that. They call me for the dangals. And also all the wrestlers out there in Haryana who don't have a job after their career in wrestling, I try and give them jobs everywhere. And then also the women wrestlers, when I stood by them, I think their parents and their community and their villages were very, very forthcoming where I was concerned, and I sat with them and understood their issues and so on. So I, out of my experience, understand from the village, people in the village, they're like, we gave BJP 2 terms, and we don't see the progress, and whatever they promised was delivered. So I feel that they definitely are looking at the Congress party coming up, returning, and assisting them to progress ahead. And issues of the farmers' issues. Nobody spoke. BJP didn't speak about that, or even hear them out. The women's issues there. You can see inflation is at peak there again, and also infrastructure. When we had a lot of rainfall recently, there were floods all over Haryana. People who had a job were worried that by them not getting there to their offices, that they might lose their job because unemployment's at peak there as well. So I mean, there's so many issues that they want to change. They got 2 terms. By changing your CM, it does not mean that a new face will give new hope. They from within are disturbed and upset with the BJP government, and they will not sustain. No matter you can release Baba Ram Rahim to go on campaign just at this time. You can have Kejriwal ji come out at this time, and this is not going to create a dent in what the Congress's outcome will be, as well as the people that have made up their mind to make sure that basically Rahul and Priyanka are there to meet with them and understand what their issues are of the people, and to give Congress a big majority.
So the farmers' issue and the women's issue and the wrestlers' issue are going to be among the top reasons for the Congress to, as you are saying, secure a good win in Haryana.
This is issues that, I know of the people who I interact with. But there's a lot of work required, what they've messed up. Infrastructure, the inflation issues, and other issues, basically employment. So, there are many issues, but, the people I interact with my understanding, is what I've been, experiencing and being told.
Thank you for speaking to NewsX. This was Congress's Robert Vadra, and in fact, at this point of time, just days left for the Haryana polls to commence, and at this point of time, the entire controversial remark of the son-in-law for Congress has been at the center stage of controversy. This is Simran with video journalist Avdesh for NewsX.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.